Back once again for the renegade master. 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 Back once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades and welcome back. And what are we getting back into? We are getting back into Love Island series 11 and we are on episode 2. And my god, did that episode bring us something. It brought us the heat. It brought us girls in heat, apparently 3 of them to be exact. Also told us about a little bit about people's characters and there not being so much of truth sayers when talking to certain people, and it showed a little bit of the competition that was afoot. So before we get into this episode, as I always ask, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification button so you know I'm on and doing videos. Please comment, like, share and do all the good stuff that you do, because I am on the road to 1k. So let's get into this episode, shall we? So we're back from the previous episode when we all got the shock of our life that Joey Essex, who's a minor celebrity himself, entered the villa, and it weren't out of no gimmick, he weren't out of no game. He was in there and he's saying he's looking for love. All I can say is that all these girls be thirsty and the guys were clearly worried, because they're like, Joey motherfucking Essex is in the building, what the frick are we gonna do? So Joey is definitely liking what he sees. I think he's already clocked 2 of the girls that he would like to probably pair off with as a bombshell. So he has 24 hours to decide which girl he's gonna steal. I'm telling you, all the girls looked hungry. Not all of them, only 3 of them, which was Harriet, Samantha and Nicole. They looked hella hungry for this man. Hella hungry. But I don't know whether it was a draw that, you know, oh my God, it's Joey Essex. Oh my God, I really want to know the real person who Joey Essex is. Or is it just the name and the brand and everything else that comes with him that was giving them the, do you know what I mean? Because if they managed to bag him and say it was a proper true love match, they would get everything that comes with Joey, basically. So a part of his fame, a part of his fortune, all this, that and the other. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted that some of these girls ain't thinking of dollar signs up in there. So he was then told that any boy left single will be dumped from the island. And I was like, raw, they flipped this shit sideways. Because even Maya was like, and that's the end for me, enjoy, and walks off. And I'm like, backside, they didn't come to play this year, did they? They really did not come to play this year. And after that was said, you could see the bum clinches from the boys. They were worried as hell. Mumfia called it when he said that all the guys started to scramble. Every one of them was scrambling because they were thinking, oh my God, who is he most likely to go for? And you could see until it came to the game, Jerry was holding his cards very close to his chest, basically, and he wasn't letting it out the bag who caught his attention and who he actually liked. So then if he had let it out the bag, the guys could kind of prepare, like, well, it could be me going home, so let me do what I need to do. But at the end of the day, even if they're saying let me do what I need to do, they don't have a cat in hell's chance of staying, because once he chooses your girl, you're single and you're out. You won't have a choice in that. So the girls with the definitive first up in this bitch here was Samantha, Harriet and Nicole. And I thought, well, this is where we're going to see the competition come out to play. We all know Samantha loves guys like Joey. That's why she likes Ronnie, because Ronnie's a bit of a, as I've already said, a bit of a lad and a bit of a geezer. She likes that cheekiness about them. She also likes the confidence that they both have too. And Joey seems to have confidence in Oodles. He's still the same old Joey, you know, when he didn't understand what the word gravitate meant. And he's just like me when it comes to geography. I don't know where certain areas of the world are either. So, as again, Joey's there talking about, he's there actually, he's 30, did he say he's 33 now? And he's at a point where he's absolutely looking for love. he's looking for wifey material. And all I was saying when Joe was talking to the lads, the first bit around, it was the black scent for me. I was like, where did that come from? Because Joey is full on Essex boy, full on Londoner accent. Where did the black scent bit come from? It kind of spooled my mind a little bit. So Joey decided to move from the guys and go and get to know the girlies, basically. At first, I thought he would go for like either Mimi and probably Jess, because he seemed like he had an interest in them at first. But as I was like seeing how things play out, I was hazarding a guess that Samantha and Nicole will probably be the ones that he'll go for, because at the end of the day, they made it obvious that they liked him. They made it fully obvious that they liked him. So Sean seemed nervous, and I said, well, you should be, because at the end of the day, if he picks your gal, you're gone. So you should be nervous. So the lads were stood there chatting, worried about this shit for real. And I was like, oh, a little hint of competition. And the lads are falling like a deck of cards. A little bit of a hint of competition in the girls, and it ain't them falling like a deck of cards. It's literally them talking about their strategies of what the fuck they're going to do to try and win or latch on to Joey. Differences in the male species and the female species, let's just put it that way. So now part of the program was taken up by this game around the fire pit. They had to pick up they had to pick up a name out of a box which connected to a certain phone. So Sam went first. He picked out Nicole's name, and she had a fake orgasm for 30 seconds. All I'm gonna say is that was hella embarrassing. She should never, ever do that again. I'm like, are these people coming here to have fun too? Or are they going to keep being staid and prudish, man? Just let that shit fly. Fake your orgasm loud and proud, my girl. That's what I was waiting for, a good old, like, you know, when Harry met Sally kind of scenario. But no, it kind of fell flat. She was hella embarrassed, and I was hella embarrassed for her, because she should never try that again. So Nicole picked Mimi's name, and she had to snog the islander she would rather be coupled up with. Ayo got his kiss. Didn't have to be like, you know, I don't know, because it's first night vibes. The game sorted it for you. Ayo got his kiss. Monvia did not look happy with that kiss, because let's just put it this way, that kiss was good. That kiss was like, we've been together for so long, but I still find you attractive. I am still passionate about you and us. That's what that kiss looked like. So now it's kind of like, this is Love Island. The stakes are high. You snooze, you lose on this show. So then Samantha got Harriet. And Harriet had to choose an islander of the opposite sex to give a lap dance to. And all I thought at first, now, if it ain't Kieran, I have nothing to say. But the games were being played at that point. But Harriet did pick Kieran, and let's just put it this way, she was as stiff as a three-legged dog in a whorehouse. Let's just put it that way. She was stiff as hell. I don't understand where to know these challenges are coming, and I thought, you know what? I'm sure Harriet said she was a dancer, and I'm just kind of like, why are you not, you know, putting on a little bit, put yourself out there a little bit. This is Love Island after all. Don't stand on no airs and graces. Do what you need to do. Anyway, as I already said, yes, she did choose Kieran, and all I would say is Kieran loved it, and I'm just like, mediocrity is thy name, but hey ho, we shall move on from there. So Sean picked Ayo, and it was snog 2 islanders he likes a threesome with. And I thought, okay, right, so it's time to step on some toes. So who's he going to kiss first? I thought, you know what, he should have kissed Mimi first, because it wouldn't be fair for Mimi to have his backwash after he's kissed somebody else. But he ended up kissing Nicole, and then he kissed Mimi, and you could absolutely see the differences between those 2 kisses, because it was more softer and more in-depth when it came to Mimi. But when it was with Nicole, it was more the fun, flirty type of vibe that you always get when Love Islanders do these games. So even Joey and Patsy was thinking that it was so real between Mimi and Ayo, and I'm just thinking, it's only a day. Soliday, don't do that, because this island can twist your head sideways soon enough. Not do that. Don't pair them off yet. Don't pair them off yet, because that's what normally happens when we get a black girl in the show. And she will go with someone, they'll have that connection. She will then try and pair herself off to that person, and then when someone else comes in, she gets lost, because people's heads get twisted up too quickly up in that place. So that's why I'm liking how Mimi's playing it at the moment. She's keeping it very close to her chest, and she's not rushing headlong into bullshit. So AO picked Joey, and Joey had to snog 3 islanders he fancies the most for 10 seconds. So I'm like, oh, so this is how to get Joey to show his hand. So Joey picked Samantha, he picked Harriet, and he picked Nicole. I couldn't tell you if Joey's a good kisser or not. Joey kissed Nicole a little bit better than he kissed the other 2. Let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. Harriet picked Patsy, and Patsy had to suck at her fingers or toes. I mean toes, but no toes, nah, Brutus. Hey, that ain't for us. I'm glad Patsy said she weren't gonna do no freaking toes up in there, because who would pick that? So she had to suck it seductively of someone you fancy. So she picked Munvia, and I was just like, yeah, that's the worst finger freaking sucking I've ever seen in my life. It looked soggy, and she looked like she was about to choke, and I was just like, yeah, nah, that don't look appetizing. So then she did it to Ronnie, and for some reason she did it a lot softer with Ronnie, and Ronnie enjoyed his. But yeah, I would not like anyone sucking on my finger like that, because then it comes off and your finger starts smelling of their breath. No, and if their breath is hot, it ain't gonna be nice in the slightest. So no. Kieran picked Sam, and Sam had to kiss the neck and ears you think is the most tasty. So Sam moved Samantha's hair out of the way, and I was like, my guy, she not like you. I know you're trying your bit with this girl, which is kind of weird, because I didn't really think that, you know, Sam actually connected with Samantha in that way. I thought he connected with the other girls a little bit more. But hey ho, you could see that Samantha was not comfortable by that. Even when it came down to it, she was just like, okay, let me just get it done and over with. So Justin picked Kieran, and Kieran had to snog 2 islanders of the opposite sex he would most like to share a bed with. Well, of course, the first one had to be Harriet. Kiss looked hella awkward, by the way. Looked hella awkward, because I'm thinking, come on, this is where you put your most best game face on. What up? Why are you holding back for? Do your thing. Let the women know in here that you are a contender. Did Kieran do that? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And then he kissed Nicole. Now, Nicole really loved that kiss from Kieran, because actually Nicole has a little bit of a thing for Kieran, so we will see what manifests there. So Ronnie picks Samantha's name out, and Samantha had to snog the islander you had an instant connection with. So of course she kissed Ronnie. Of course she did. So I'm just like, do we honestly believe that these texts are coming in randomly? Nah, they're not. They're using it to set the game on fire, because we all know what happens in these mini challenges, and then the bigger challenges is it gives people stuff to freaking buzz about. Either starts a few fractions, a few frictions, everybody's yammering. So we know why they do them texts, Dessa, and it's specific to the certain person. Moonvia had Ronnie. Ronnie had to snog the 2 islanders who he thought had the best bodies. Me, myself, I would have picked Mimi all day, every day. All day, every day, because her body is banging. So he kissed Jess, of course. He's with her. So that's kind of stood to reason. But I think Ronnie is one of those people where he will kiss whoever the fuck he wants to kiss. Even though he's with Jess, if he did not think her body was banging, he would not have kissed her. Let's just put it that way. You would have thought that he would have went to Samantha. Oh no, he did not. My guy went to Harriet. And I was like, rah, Samantha got overlooked. My girl did not like that in the slightest. She didn't like it. But I was just like, you know what? He had to pick somebody. He had to pick somebody because they always think it's a given that if the person picks them, like Samantha picking Ronnie about this instant connection thing, then you know what? Once he gets picked, if it's a snog, he'll actually snog me. No, and that's why I said Ronnie is one of those types where he really likes the game play. He really does. And I'm saying these girls will keep playing their hand with this man, but he is there to play the game. Honestly, there to play the game. So as you do, as the game ends, they all go off and they all have their little chats and everything like that. The girls all get together and they're going on in regards to Mimi about Ayo's kisses, and I'm just like, this is why I like Mimi, because she keeps her cards close to her chest. She ain't gonna fawn over the kiss that she had with Ayo because it could change within a heartbeat. So all I would say is, now listen to the women that are gassing it up right now. It's been a day. Things can change from there. You see Sam, Sean and Kieran literally stood around the fire pit, literally worried about who the fuck Joey is going to pick, because now they know that each one of their girls he kissed because he actually liked them. So they're thinking, you know, 2 + 2 is 4. Obviously, he's going to pick one of our girls. What the fuck are we going to do? There's nothing he can do right now, but watch that shit happen. Do you know what I mean? You see Jess talking about Ronnie and talking about Ronnie's wandering eye. I think he's got a little bit more than that, love, but hey ho, we shall continue. I do believe that Ronnie is there for the bants at the end of the day. I really, nothing about him speaks. I am here to actually find my equal, my wifey, whatever you want to call it. It don't speak to that. It speaks to me that he wants to get there to make as much mess as possible and to try and be as popular as possible. So Harry has confirmed that she likes Ronnie too. And she believed that Kieran kissed her because they were together. And I was like, nah, my love, that's not how the game is played. If Kieran didn't want to kiss you, he wouldn't kiss you. He wouldn't kiss you. Has she not watched Love Island before? And Samantha reveals about the kiss she had with Ronnie in regards to the connection that she had with him. And at the end of the day, it's early days. Everybody's going to play their game how they see them playing their game. So you see Ronnie and Jess go on the terrace. Now, we all know what the terrace means when you go on there, especially over night time, because you know what's coming next. They do end up chatting and they do end up having a kiss again. All I'm going to say is, I don't know why I have to see so much tongue on this fucking show. Like, really? So much raw tongue? I mean, there's a way in which to seductively kiss someone without literally shoving your whole tongue in their mouth. But hey ho, we're on Love Island. It's powerful, of course. So you see Jess and Ronnie walk back down, and Samantha is not happy with that at all. This girl wants Ronnie, so I'm like, okay, how are you going to play this right now? Because my first thought would have been, let me take him off to the side and go and have a chat with him before he could even take Jess up to the terrace just to talk about the shit show that happened in regards to the game. But I think Samantha was pissed at the fact that Ronnie did not kiss her in regards to showing that she has the best body in the villa. She's pissed by that, and now she's even more pissed because she's just seen them two come down from the terrace. Not that she knows what go on or what happened, she just seen them two together. So Jess ends up telling Mimi everything in terms of what happened on the terrace. Jess talks about, like, she has that connection with Ronnie, and I'm just like, it ain't the be all and end all in regards to kissing on the terrace. That's what the terrace is known for. That's what it is there for. It ain't no special super cosmic kind of thing. At the end of the day, again, it's still day one. It's day one. In the next couple of days, that shit could change. Do you know what I mean? Especially when another girl comes in and it's someone that Ronnie actually really would like to go for. That's when you need to be freaking worried. She says that she doesn't think that there'll be any more kisses and she's not going to be pulling him up to the terrace. I thought, yeah, pull the other one, my girl. Pull the other one, because we know what's going to come already. Jesse's trying to play the cool, level-headed one. We already know she's already probably about two toes deep in with Ronnie already. Probably not full on 10 toes deep in yet, but at least 2 toes deep in whereas Ronnie's not even hitting the water yet with this woman at all. He's looking to play the field that little bit more. So then we see it running to the next day. Yeah, so you see Sean, Nicole, and Samantha on the terrace in the morning having a chat, and Sean lets it slip, the gossip hound that it is. Sean lets it slip to the other girls about Ronnie and Jess having their kiss on the terrace. Samantha did not like that in the slightest. And she turned around and made the comment, well, who kisses on the first night? And I said, oh, hold up, my girl. But wasn't it you who made your thoughts known and kissed Ronnie in the game? Isn't that kissing someone on the Ross first night? So how she can then try and do the double standard thing on Jess is beyond me. Bearing in mind they'd already kissed up in the game too. So Samantha then turns her attentions to Joey, and I mean, this is what always happens when the girls get a little bit of green-eyed monster going on in them. It's boom onto the next. It's like the other person didn't necessarily exist, and you kind of see that when she has her chat with Joey by the pool, because she's there. Like, she's not really looking at anybody within the villa. She hasn't really connected with anyone within the villa. I was like, she a like little Ross. I said, and this is where it starts. This is where it starts, because literally she's grafting. She's grafting Joey. Joey thinks he's grafting them, but no. Samantha had a gameplay. Yeah, she was not going to say anything about Ronnie at this point in time. She was let it be known to Joey that she hasn't found nobody within that villa that has caught her eye, which is a lie. We all know that's a lie, because this girl is into Ronnie as well. But again, it's the green-eyed monster, because he kissed Jess upon the terrace, and because of the little she with the game. This is where her head is at now. She also then confirms to Joey that, you know what, her and Sam ain't in nothing. She doesn't necessarily find him, she finds him attractive, she doesn't like the money, but she doesn't think there's any type of connection there between her and Sam. Now, she could have said that to Sam, because Sam kind of believes that him and Samantha have something, and he has that connection with her, and he is trying to make it work. I don't know where he got that impression from at all, because she's not giving anybody else that impression. So you see Ayo and Mimi having a chat and discussing like all the antics of last night, and how everybody is worrying knowing that the end is nigh for someone. And Mimi does confirm to Ayo that he is the front runner. I think he's the only front runner. I don't think Mimi has really put herself out there to get to know anybody else. As she said previously to Ayo, she would prefer for him to come to her, and like if they were outside of the villa, that's how she would normally deal with it. She wouldn't literally approach a guy. And this is where I think if she's gonna go with that kind of strategy up in there, that's going to be her downfall, because if Ayo decides to step to somebody else, then she's got to have a strategy of her own of what the hell she's going to do in that kind of situation. So you see Joey go over to Jess and pull her for a chat. Ronnie's just looking on like, oh shit, here we go. So Jess has gone with him. Now remember, Jess consistently says to Ronnie that she has no interest in Joey. Yeah, Joey is not her type. So why then does this girl do a turnabout face, yeah, to let this guy know how open she is? She doesn't necessarily answer the question, because Joey asks it twice in regards to what's the situ between her and Ronnie. She doesn't necessarily answer that question directly, but in turn, she's letting him know that it's early days and she is wide open. Saying this to a guy that she literally has no interest in. So what does that tell you about Jess and her honesty? Tells you a lot. So then you see Joey with the last girl that he likes have a chat with Nicole, basically. And he's there saying that he doesn't really know who he likes to who he doesn't like out of everybody that he's gravitating towards at the moment. And that was the bit where I told you, yeah, he didn't understand what gravitating meant and then couldn't say the word afterwards. But that's our Jerry for you. That's how he go on. So Nicole, he got out of Nicole that he was in the top 2 in regards to who she liked. So the only 2 people that she actually really did like was Kieran and Joey at the end of the day. And even though she keeps going around saying, oh, my mum's going to be looking at this and saying, oh, my daughter kissed Joey Essex. And that's where you know where her mind plays at. She's not seeing Joey Essex, the man, right now. She's seeing Joey Essex as in star signs. That's where she's at. She's seeing that I'm actually being flirted with Joey Essex. I've actually kissed Joey Essex. And I'm like, come on, get past that, my love. That, because it's singing a bit of immaturity and probably a little bit of gold digger at this moment in time. So it moves on to the night time, and we know it's getting very, very close to Joey saying his decision. So Joey be on Samantha again, so they're having a chat again. I says, I don't really know if Joey is giving a good spiel about wanting to find love, or he has an excitement of being in the Love Island villa because he's seen it on TV so many times and now he's in there. It's the excitement of that. So time will tell if this man is being true to his word about him really wanting to find a wifey at this moment in time. They do seem to be getting on though. Won't tell a lie. Joey and Samantha really do seem to be getting on. So you see Samantha, when she's talking in her video, she said that, like, you know, she likes Joey because he's an older fella, and she likes the way that he acts. And I'm like, but my guy still acts like a man-child at times. So okay, even though he's 33 years old, doesn't mean he's going to show it in behaviour years. That's the only thing I'm pulling out. Joey's too excitable at times, but we'll see how she manages that. So Jesse's basically saying to Ronnie, it wouldn't be ideal if Joey picked her. And I was like, but weren't you the one saying to the man that you be open, Jess? I was just like, she told Ronnie that Jess knew exactly where she stood on the situation between her and Ronnie. And I was like, you damn liar. You damn liar. Joey doesn't know where you are at all, Jess. Not at all, because you failed to mention where your feelings lie. You failed to mention to Joey that, you know what, I think you're a stand-up guy and I like you, but it would be best if you don't pick me. You didn't do that. You just let that man, you were open. So he could take from that what he wanted at the end of the day. And we all know what you meant when you said that to him. Harriet, again, she mentions about how the fact that Joey is giving mature vibes because Joey ends up taking Harriet up to the terrace, and Kieran's probably thinking, that's it, that's it for him. I'm like, yeah, nah, that's not it for you. Joey's chosen who he wants, but it definitely ain't Harriet, and it ain't Nicole at the end of the day. So then the text comes in, and they needed to gather around the fire pit. And I was like, oh, here it goes. So Joey, it's time for the decision. And he talks about how the girl that he's picking, because of within the last 24 hours, it has been the most flirtatious. And I thought, yeah, this is Love Island, my guy. Remember that at the next recoupling or when the other bombshell comes in. So Joey ends up stealing Samantha. And I went, well, damn, Sam, my boy. It was not the one, it was not meant to be. Sam was absolutely disappointed by that. And I think kind of shocked and surprised in terms of what Joey was saying about the girl he was going to pick before he picked her. And I'm like, did you really not pick up on the vibes that Samantha was giving off to you at all? Because people do that. They give off vibes if they really don't want to be in something with you. They give off those vibes, and it's up to the other person as well, even if they haven't verbalized it, to kind of read the vibes that are being put out and ask those questions to get those answers. But obviously Sam did not, because he thought if he ignored it, everything would be a-okay in his world, but it was not. So text comes in, as we know, Sam dumped from the island. It was Joey's choice at the end of the day. Everybody knew what was going to happen. So you hear Samantha getting upset, and this is the bit that I don't like. Don't make it about yourself. At the end of the day, you knew from the get-go that Joey had to make a decision which would lead one of the other people vulnerable, and they would be clearly dumped from the island. Why are you making it about yourself? If you didn't have a connection with the man, you didn't have a connection with the man. What are you bawling for? Anyway, so then that's where the episodes end, but you see what happens tomorrow night and a little excerpt, and you actually see Harriet literally opening up the competition by going for Joey, like seriously putting her think into Joey. Ain't no make believe. This girl was showing her dance move to this man. wanting to take him to the hideaway, X, Y, and Z. He got back to Samantha's ears, and Samantha was cussing, because at the end of the day, yeah, that's not the dumb thing. But I'm like, this is Love Island, my girl. This is Love Island. This is where the competition starts. This is where you start to see the realness of people. And Harriet is already coming out with the realness, because she wants to bag herself this celebrity. She wants to bag that celebrity. It's gonna be a fiery one in the next episode. I can see it. Anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it. As I always ask, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification button so when you know I'm on it doing videos. Please comment, like, share, and do all the good things that you do, because I am on what? I am on the road to 1K, and I'll be back across your screens very soon. Peace out.